Hello and welcome to the Maple Grove City Report. I'm Dave Kaiser from Northwest Community Television. It's 2015 and we're ready for our first report of the new year and also a recap of the first meeting in 2015. All next for you on the Maple Grove City Report. And hello and welcome to the Maple Grove City Report. I'm Dave Kaiser. Thanks for joining us. As you see, not Al Madsen. Today we have Carol Morris with us once again. Welcome back, Carol.
Thank you.
Carol wears many hats at the City of Maple Grove, but today we'll go by the Executive Assistant to the Administrator. How's that sound?
That sounds good.
That works, all right. You'll see as we talk through some of the items, all of the things that she does within the City of Maple Grove. Carol, it is the first taping of 2015, so one of the first things we wanted to do is take a quick look back at 2014. Many things happened in the City of Maple Grove. Give us a quick run through of some of the notable occurrences in that year.
It was a very busy year, anywhere from housing developments to different recognitions. So the main one that we had, and we talked about the last time that I was here, was the recognition by Money Magazine of being named #2 best place to live in America. So we're still stretching that out into 2015 and
perfect
as long as we can. We also had a couple of recognitions of police officers who performed some life-saving efforts. Officer Jesse Mathwig pulled someone from a burning car last year on 169, and then 2 of our officers were involved with others in life-saving efforts for an 8-year-old girl. So those were 2 very notable occurrences. There were some recognitions that we had. Both our Town Green and the Maple Grove Triathlon celebrated 5-year anniversaries.
Fantastic.
And then we also recognized 10 years of the Mayor's Prayer Breakfast.
That is hard to believe, right?
I know, and you've been involved since day one and been there each time
Great event.
And done the taping for us.
All right, quick teaser. It's coming up right this year again?
It is May 7th.
May. All right, so mark that on your calendar.
Thursday,
It'll be back
May
again.
7th,
Number
at Rush
11
Creek.
will be here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
What else last year in town?
Gosh, the Parkway Transit Station expansion occurred, and so they added a second level to that, and that's located up by the hospital Target area. And so that was a nice addition. It was getting very busy there. And so now there's a total of about 800 parking spaces. So that's much more convenient for our transit riders. We were confirmed again by Standard & Poor's and Moody's of having a AAA credit rating. So that's always good when we're developing and growing. And
exactly, and that benefit passes along to the residents as well. Certainly makes a difference in how the money is used by the City of Maple Grove.
Correct. And then speaking of residents, we had a lot of residential development happening with over 500 units, and more to come this year.
That's
too.
Right. You can see the cranes in the City of Maple Grove. It's been an amazing year that way.
It has. So I think those are quite a few of the highlights. One of the major projects that started underway was our Central Park project. And that is going to be really amazing. 40-acre site, 20-acre lake, and about 2.5 acres that is truly dedicated to just open space. So it can be, if people want to come and play lawn games, do pickup games, and even then hold festivals and stuff. They're saying it can hold up to about 10,000 people, which is kind of hard to fathom, but it would be fun to see. It would be fun to see. There's a lot of opportunities for that space. But then also smaller venues. Wedding garden is planned, an ice skating trail, extensive landscaping and gardens, and it's just going to be an amazing facility and space for everyone to use. There will be a small building that will be available for use, serve kind of as a warming house when people are skating, and then for different meetings and activities and gatherings as well.
And people have seen the work going on kind of across the street from the town green. What is the time frame? Will there be anything open this winter? As far as I recall, know that it's going to be next year that most things will start to come.
It will be more summertime, and I think initially it was going to be late summer, but I think now they're thinking there'll be some things in June, some fun water splash pads, and some of those open areas and stuff will be available for use. And then certainly next year, next winter, the ice skating trail and some of those fun things and stuff, pickleball courts and basketball courts, and I think they've covered all the bases.
That's right. Any activity you might want to participate in, you can do there again. So we'll keep you up to date on that as time goes on. And certainly the other big part is it will connect to many other of the trails and parks in the city of Maple Grove. So that's going to be the fun part, is that if you're in one area of the downtown, you can walk right over to it.
Correct. And there's much more residential development. Sky at Arbor Lakes just opened, Bottineau Ridge Apartments, and so there are a lot of things. And then certainly the town green, the library, and everything is just, it's all right there.
So all these new people coming to town will look out their window and see this great park and be able to use that amenity. All right, so there's a recap of some of the things from 2014. Let's forge ahead here. And one of the new things for Maple Grove, but it's been around just a little while, is Facebook. Tell us about Facebook and in this coming year, how people can use that.
Diving into social media.
Okay.
The city has had departmental pages. Our police and fire have pages. The town green, the community center, and the farmers market all have Facebook pages. But our city Facebook page will just encompass a variety of happenings, updates, kind of need-to-knows for our residents and our businesses, but in a lighthearted, fun, you know, quick little bits and pieces and stuff that we can reach out to them. And we're going to try to do that on a daily basis and have a post a day at least. So we've already put up the mayor's minutes and other
So you'll be
things
up there soon with the Maple Grove report, no doubt.
Yeah, maybe.
Are you the person behind the Facebook page? I figured
am.
that might be the case. So again,
I am.
another one of the hats. If people have questions or comments, then they can call the government center and ask for you.
Absolutely, they can. And I'm also working in conjunction with Deb in our Public Works Department. That was an area of interest to her, and it will be a wonderful, wonderful way for Public Works to spread the word and to let people know what's going on, not only with street improvement projects and everything, but certainly this time of the year, plowing, and a great way to just keep in touch with people. Okay, so just go to Facebook and type in Maple Grove in the search, and I bet you will find them, and probably links on the city's website as well. True. Let's talk about business. You would think in the winter time that business development slows down, but not the case usually in Maple Grove. Things continue to churn. How about some businesses in the last month here that people can now stop in and see? Certainly. We had 4 that opened just within the last month. One is Miracle Ear. I'm sure everybody has heard of them and familiar with them, and they are located out on County Road 30. Pyology is a new pizza restaurant that opened on Main Street, so that's always a nice addition. People always like to know about the restaurants and things that are coming to town. Another massage therapy, Essential Massage Therapy, opened on 63rd Avenue. And then Twin Cities Orthopedics just opened in Grove Health West.
Okay, and we'll talk more about that facility because they have a big groundbreaking or opening coming up here in the very near future. Another thing that's coming up, in fact, as we're taping this on a Wednesday, tomorrow is going to be a big event for the mayor of the city of Maple Grove, the State of the City's presentation. So Carol gave you a little recap here, but the mayor gets a little bit more time for his recap. Tell us about that event and maybe some of the things that the mayor might be talking about.
Certainly. He'll certainly be talking about, like you and I had talked about, residential development in more depth, some of the different financial aspects of the city, where we are with our tax levy and that sort of thing, and those are always of interest, especially to business people. He'll talk about some of the projects going on, some of the amenities going on, and just a lot more in detail.
Something tells me he might mention the number 610 and maybe 494 as well, a little bit of the work that's going on for transportation in and around the city. So that is put on by the North Hennepin Area Chamber of Commerce. And again, for those watching us quickly here as we're taping this program, it happens on January 8th. At Edinburgh, USA, but it'll be something that will be taped, and so people will be able to see what the mayor, not only of Maple Grove, but the other mayors have to say. And it's always interesting to not only hear from your city, but what's happening across the border in Osseo or Brooklyn Park.
It gives a good feel of what's all going in the Northwest Metro area, and I think you're involved.
I will help
as well.
be a part of that as well. We'll see if we can keep the mayors on time, which is always the toughest task of the day, but we're there to give it a try. Indoor Farmers Market, Al and I have talked about it many times, and now you're back here to give us a little recap.
Oh yes, we
How
never
has it been
hesitate
going?
to plug the market. It has been going really well. We are just so pleased, and we're really excited to extend the market into 2015. It's been many, many years that we have extended the market into the new year.
Right.
So it'll be fun, and we had initially expected maybe just around 12 vendors, so it was definitely going to be a drop-off from our December market.
Sure.
But we have about 23 lined up.
My goodness.
So we're really excited. We've got some new ones coming, and then we have a lot of ones who did so well in November and December that they've decided to extend.
Very good.
So we've got the vendors, and we just need to keep the customers coming.
All right, and the dates are, again, tell us when we can see
Certainly.
them during the winter
Yep,
months.
it's the third Thursday
Right.
of each month of January, February, and March. So January 15th, and then February 19th, and March 19th, from 3 to 6 p.m. inside the community center.
And it is inside, so it's
It
nice
is
and warm.
inside,
And
yep.
speaking of a market then in this time of the year, what type of products? I think people often wonder,
They
well,
do
there's not going
wonder.
to be vegetables there. There's probably not fruits.
There will be.
But okay,
There
what
will
kind
be.
of
Yep.
those?
Yep. Actually, Lined Greenhouse, which is located in Maple Grove,
Right.
has their greenhouse open for one more market.
Okay.
So shoppers will find lettuce, greens, fresh herbs, and tomatoes.
Oh,
and they're all
fantastic.
very tasty.
Okay.
But then there's also items like the root veggies. So the potatoes, the carrots, the parsnips, the turnips, those kind of goodies that people
Okay.
will find all fresh and they just store well. And then apples.
Okay.
Apples too. As
All
long as
right.
they're stored correctly, they're good to go for quite a few months.
All
So
right,
we're
so-
really fortunate that way.
Head up to the Maple Grove Community Center. A lot going on there with those markets, again, extended through the next couple months here, so you can enjoy it. We've got a lot that's coming up in the month of January and even moving further than that, so get your pencils out. We'll give you a few dates and times here. We mentioned Grove Health West just a minute ago with a new business opening up inside, but they're going to open up the whole place here soon.
Correct.
Tell us about that.
Correct. It's a two-story medical facility, around 42,000 square feet. And so the Twin Cities Orthopedics is the main tenant.
Right.
And then it will certainly be open to other medical uses and practices.
Okay, so if you want
And
to stop
stuff in
by,
the
that's
future.
January 12th, we believe is going to
Correct.
be the date. It's a
Right.
little flexible right now, but we think that's going to be the time. Coming up on January 16th, there is going to be a big event for DARE, and they are
Right.
celebrating an anniversary, it
They
sounds
are,
like.
their 25th anniversary. And the city of Maple Grove has been very involved in DARE
Right.
over the years. So this is going to be held, like you said, January 16th at the Maple Grove Cub Foods right around 10 a.m.
Okay.
They're going to be distributing DARE workbooks. They'll have some students there reading their essays. They'll have past participants in the DARE program talking about the impact that it had on them. And then word is that they're going to have an athletic name there, or person
Aha,
there. So
okay.
I've not heard who. I think that's still in the works.
Right.
And then certainly the media will be there.
Sure.
And the mayor and council and all will be
Very good. Well,
invited.
congratulations to all those behind the DARE program. Obviously, the police department, the number one involved in that, but I know others in the
Correct.
cities get involved. So if you can stop by the Maple Grove Cub on January 16th at 10, you'll see all of that fun happening. Then shortly after that, on the 20th, there is a special city council meeting. What will that be for?
Correct. This year, the mayor and council invited our state elected officials, so Senator Limmer and then Representatives Pepin and Smith, to just come and chat about the upcoming legislative session, what's going on in Maple Grove, and how those two, will impact each other. So that's at 6 p.m. on the 20th.
All right, and if you
Yeah.
can attend that and don't get enough government talk, you can come back on February 17th because there's more guests coming from
Correct.
other entities around the state
True.
that affect the city of Maple Grove. Tell us about that.
Yep, Hennepin County Commissioner Jeff Johnson, and then Met Council Council Member Katie Rodriguez will meet with the council at 6:30 that evening.
Very good. So a good chance to find out how some of these bigger entities affect the city of Maple Grove and work as a cooperative. Let's talk fire department. We have time for another anniversary as well. They
Yeah,
are
yes.
celebrating 40 years.
40
How will they do that?
years. They're going to do that in a number of different ways. Two of the biggest things that they're going to do is in February they are holding a banquet at Rush Creek Golf Club, and that is inviting all the current and past firefighters. So
very neat.
My husband has received an invitation. He was on the fire department for about 23 years.
Fantastic.
So they'll all be getting back together again, which will be wonderful them. It really is a brotherhood, and it really does take a special person to volunteer and share their time.
Exactly.
And then they're going to do a neat presentation in conjunction with the Maple Grove History Museum during Maple Grove Days in July. So there'll be a special display of firefighting equipment and photos and
very nice
gear. So yeah.
Okay.
Yep,
It's hard to
some other
believe
things in the works.
40 years for
I
some things
know.
related to the city of Maple Grove, but it
That
certainly
is
does go
true.
that far back.
Yep.
Well, congratulations to
lucky.
all those involved. Yes. Let's talk about some awards for the city of Maple Grove. A few have come in recently. One is the Fit for Life Award, and this recognizes the health of you fine folks at the city. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
It recognizes our Fit for Life city employee work program, and it has been around for many years. I've been with the city for 18, and it's been around as long as that. So the city was really kind of at the forefront for worksite wellness, and we have a wonderful program that allows us to earn vacation time, and you can do so many different things, whether it be seminars at work, working out on your own time, volunteering. It takes into account so many different things: going to the doctor, going to the dentist, getting your eyes checked. And so it really encompasses a lot of wellness things rather than just your personal health per se.
Right. And again, the main goal, or one of the main goals, is obviously keeping the employees healthy, and that means less time missed at work, right?
Correct, correct. Lower insurance costs, less absenteeism, more productive,
Right.
that sort of thing. And it's just a wonderful way to, camaraderie
Right.
with your employees.
All right.
Way
So
to connect.
much more to come in the future on that program as they continue to come up with new ideas, but congratulations to the city. Another award has to do with the water and the teeth. All right, tell us about how this award comes to the city of Maple Grove.
Well, and it's dated 2013, so I'm not quite sure how the process works.
Okay.
But it's through the Center for Disease Control, the CDC.
Okay.
So they are recognizing the city of Maple Grove and our water department for consistently keeping optimal levels of fluoride in our water for 12 months.
Okay.
Is how it all comes about. And that is supposed to be very beneficial to all the Maple Grove water drinkers.
All right, very good. So little did you know that there were awards for that, but
Yep.
certainly the city of Maple Grove takes care of some of those little things within town. Let's move ahead to some other things happening in the area. We have talked with Al quite a few times on the program about the progress of the new gyms at Maple Grove Junior High. And I believe, if not already, very soon they will be open
Very
and get this
soon.
big activity.
Correct, right at the end of the month, January
Okay.
31st. And I believe it's a Saturday. They are going to do an open house and ribbon cutting for the new gyms at the Maple Grove Junior High.
Okay.
So it really will change things a lot. It will allow a lot more practice space as well as spaces for games, tournaments, and events. It was a project done in conjunction with the Osseo Maple Grove Basketball Association,
Right.
as well as District 279. So that's really been a great collaborative project that they've worked on. So there's going to be pickleball courts as well. They'll hold some of the senior and adult fitness programs
Okay.
there, and then certainly for school use
Right.
as well.
And then all this basketball that will be coming to town, all these tournaments, and some of the things noted as well. Seating for the spectators, which is always an
Right,
interesting thing at some of
right.
these gyms where the tournament happens, but there'll be more spaces. Restrooms, concessions, lobbies, some of
Right.
those things. So
Yep, so just
stop
making
by.
a really nice facility for everyone to use.
Right, so
Yep.
at Maple Grove Junior High, make sure you take a look at that facility over the winter season here. Other things in town, Park Nicollet, we've been following some progress there. Tell us about their progress here lately.
We just happened to drive by there last night as we were out running errands. So it's really neat to see that coming together. But that's going to be a major healthcare facility here in Maple Grove. So we're really pleased that they're doing that expansion. So they will certainly have a lot more services to offer. They're taking their current space, and that's going to become an ambulatory surgery, an endoscopy center. And so then the newer facility will have like specialty care clinics, primary care, outpatient services, so many more different medical practices and services. So,
and again, that facility located on 95th Avenue by County 30 and Maple Grove Parkway, and it looks like the time frame on here is late 2015. Part of it opens, and then into 2016 the rest.
Yeah, so work does continue despite the winter and the cold weather.
That's right. Somebody's outside working on it. We'll keep you up to date on that. So that's a look at some of the things happening around town. Now let's take a few moments to talk about the most recent council meeting. It was a shorter meeting, about 30 minutes in length. And as is the case a lot of times at the beginning of the year, a lot of formalities happen in this meeting. Just give us an idea of some of the things that happen.
Certainly. Some of the neat things that we have, we always have a scout troop come in. So our thanks to Scout Troop 584, Boy Scout Troop, for coming and leading everyone in the Pledge of Allegiance and bringing in the flags. We certainly appreciate them participating. And then Pastor Nathan Grams of Emmanuel Christian Center, which is formerly the Grove Christian Center, he provided the invocation. So that's always special and a nice way just to start off the season. And then Mayor Stephenson and council members Jager and Leith were provided the oath of office, so we're glad to have them back with us. And their term will run through the end of December of 2018.
Okay. And then some other appointments made to different commissions and groups within the city. That usually happens for the council people to do that. Official newspapers, the attorney, some of those fun things that just have to happen each year.
Those kind of behind the scenes that we just have to make official. And there are quite a variety of organizations that the mayor and the council are involved in throughout the Northwest Metro area, whether it be collaborations with different community organizations, as well as our local boards and commissions.
Okay, and again, a lot of that information on the city's website if you're interested in finding out who is connected to which organization. A few other items that came up in the council meeting. One is the Radiant Montessori. We talked about this a little bit the last time Al was here. Give us an update on how that is moving through the council process.
Sure, and it has gone through the main part of the council process where their PUD concept and development stage plan was approved. So right now staff is looking at their architectural plans, but that looks like it's coming together well. It's going to be almost a 9,000 square foot development, and it's going to be located right near that Park Nicollet facility up right near the North Water Tower.
Okay, and as far as time frame on opening, nothing concrete yet?
Nothing concrete yet.
But as we get it, we will certainly let you know. And the last item we have, there seems to be a rush of new car washes. Well, okay, maybe just a couple. But we've got obviously the one that's going in on Elm Creek Boulevard that people have been watching the progress there. But now there's another that's interested in coming.
Another new one, kind of on the north end of town up by Menards. Youngsteads will be opening up a car wash. And that's gone through the approval process with the council as well, and so then they'll be starting on that in the near future. So probably late spring, maybe early summer, that they'll be ready to go.
All right, so look back at that last council meeting. While we have you here, we've got a couple minutes left. Let's talk a little bit about the city's website as well. I know you have a big hand in making sure that's up to date and things are going there. If people are to go to the website, what would be some of the daily, weekly things that change? You mentioned with Facebook and that there's an attempt to put some postings on a regular basis, but information does change on a regular basis on the website as well. What are some of the key things that you make sure are up to date there so residents can look in?
Right, and we want it to be vibrant, and we want it to be different every time that they see it. So we do try to change the spotlight every so often. And so I took that prime real estate to post that we have a Facebook page.
Very good. All right, make those connections there.
Yep, exactly. And we have a wonderful photos, just a little, very small slideshow. And so we do try to change those often, especially with the seasons and everything. And then the carousel, which they'll notice just below the slideshow, but it runs across the middle. And that actually, if they click on the arrows, that will rotate. So the 3 items that they see there, if they click on the arrow, will continue on to 3 more. And so it just moves along. And so those are a lot of the timely things where we might promote, like recently the New Year's party that was held, the community center membership sale. things that are timely and happenings and stuff. And then on the homepage, they'll also see a list of events and meetings, and some of the ones that are requested quite often, whether it be a quick link to transit, to our residence guide, those sort of things. And then one other thing that we do really try to keep up to date, because it is often the most popular, is the shopping and restaurants.
Right.
You know, we've got very active retail in Maple Grove, and so we do try to keep those up to date. But we do always appreciate if people will email in and just let us know of things that they have noticed, or a new business that has come to town, because those really are important, and we want to make people aware of those as well.
All right, so that site is maplegrovemn.gov, so if you want to visit sometime, do it on a pretty regular basis, because not only, I would guess, you're updating those things, but also the city departments are doing some updating on a regular basis. So again, you mentioned Park and Rec a little bit, but obviously all of the information there about their brochures and sign-up times.
Correct. Park and Rec, the community center, and Parks and Rec programs are two of our most popular items on the website, and we do have a department representative for the website. So they're each kind of responsible for providing info. So it might be finance and the budget, it might be assessing, notifying people about when taxes are due, or truth in taxation hearing, and board of review, those kind of things. So, so there's a wealth of info there.
Next to the Maple Grove City Report, that's one of the best ways. No, okay. Probably go to the website first, and then you can find the Maple Grove Report there on the website.
Absolutely, in our communications page.
That's right. So a lot going on. Check out the website. Let's take a look at some of the upcoming dates that you'll want to mark down, and also a place for more information. The city's website is, as we mentioned, maplegrovemn.gov. The next council meeting, actually, we're going to move that ahead a date. That's going to be on Tuesday, the 21st of January, because of the holiday.
Correct.
All right, so be looking for that event coming up, 7:30 at the Government Center. 494-6000 is the number to the Government Center. And if you have questions or comments for the program, you see the viewer response line 533-1710. You can certainly give us a call. We'll try to answer your question on the program. Even questions for Carol, we'll pass them to Al and see if he can answer them for you. Thanks, Carol, very much for coming and joining us here. That's all for the Maple Grove Report. Hope to see you next time.